Hey guys, welcome to the Dragon's Cave. So today I want to try something completely new to me, and that is to make my own silicone mold. Now I've previously made a couple of molds with kind of like a silicone putty. This time I'm actually using liquid silicone. Let's get this out of the box to show you. I got this from Amazon, so I will link at the bottom in the description where I got it from. Now it's the hardness is 12 Shaw, which should mean it's going to be nice and squidgy. I only bought a small amount because obviously first time. So I found this little dragon ornament that I had laying around. I got a house full of them. So I decided I want to try casting this. Now this was matte, so I've given it a coat of spray varnish just to see how that goes. Obviously I don't want to waste too much of the silicone, so I'm going to kind of dam this off with some plasticine. Now I saw recently, and I think it was Tracy from Mini Scenes GB, saying that plasticine does affect the curing of silicone, so I'm going to pop this in so that this oh good grief, cling film is in between the plasticine and the actual silicone. I've got more room than I need in there, but that's fine. I don't want it to be I don't want the walls to be too thin. I'm just going to squeeze this down, make sure let me get this out of the way for a second. Make sure it's completely dammed, that the silicone isn't going to kind of like go under around it. As I'm sure any of you who have used liquid silicone will know, it's not cheap. And since I currently don't really have much of an income, yeah, I try to do things on the cheap, basically. So I'm going to pop that there. Double check that it's a little further across than I should have had it, but it's okay. And move it a little, I suppose. As I said, I don't want the walls to be too thin anyway, so try that. Yep, that'll do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue tack on the bottom of the actual piece, just to hold it in place in here. I don't think it would float anyway, but you never know. Put that down there. Now I'm going to go and measure my silicone, and I will be back in 1 second. Bye. Okay, I've got 75 grams of each measured up. I'm hoping 150 grams will be enough here. So I'm going to pour. This has actually got quite a long working time. It gives you 40 minutes of working time, and then it takes 3 hours to set. So at least I don't need to rush like I do with the eco resins. It's just a lot because I'm not very good at rushing. It's a very neon color. The sorry, according to the bottles, the orange is the hardener, and the clear is the base silicone. seems to be mixing in quite quickly. You do need to make sure it is fully mixed, otherwise it's not going to properly set. I'm thinking maybe I should have used a bigger cup, but it fits, it's in there. I'll probably speed up through the mixing process because I don't really need to watch that. I just picked the cup up to have a look at the sides to make sure I'm scraping all from the bottom as well, and make sure it's properly mixed. I think it was Connie at the Italian Makes It that I saw using this particular brand, and she seemed to be quite happy with it. So I think we're fully mixed now. I can't see any streaks of any colour in there. So I'm going to start pouring from a height. In theory, this does help to release the bubbles. It also means that the silicone works its way into all the nooks and crannies. And I can already tell I'm not going to have enough, so I will have to mix up some more. It's a bit of a shame. I was hoping to get away with it, but not going to happen, is it? Won't need an awful lot more, but I do need to make sure it's above the wings, otherwise it's a waste of time and effort, eh? So I don't think you need to watch me mixing this again. So what I'm going to do is I'll mix up probably about another 50 grams off camera, and I will come back to you when we're ready. Get this out of the mould and hope beyond hope that it's actually going to set. Okay, there we go. That's that bit done. As I said, I'll mix up a little more off camera, top this up, and I'll be back for the demold. See you in a while. Hey guys, we're back. This has been in here for a lot longer than the 3 hours that the container box instructions, I'll get there in a minute. A lot longer than that said, but I'm sure it'll be fine anyway, assuming I can actually get it out of here. Sorry, I'll move it back into shot. Get the plasticine out first. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that without... Oh, here we go, it's coming. As I said earlier on, this is the first time I've ever used liquid silicone. It did a little bit get underneath there, but that's actually better than I'd expected. What to know is get it off the container. This is just an old ice cream tub, actually. I do tend to hang on to everything that might remotely come in handy at any point with resin. There we go, that seems to be coming out. Now I did expect this to get underneath slightly because of the blue tack. I don't know where my brain is today, it's not really functioning very well. So I'm just going to trim carefully around here. Get off most of the excess this way. I'll neaten it up afterwards. So cross everything for me. It's nice and flexible. I did think I put too much resin. I think the walls are a little thicker than they need to be. This is going to be fun when I actually get some resin in here, by the looks of it. Really doesn't want to come out. It's probably because of the shape of the wings. If I can just loosen it. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. See if I can get it out without breaking it. If I can't get it out without breaking the actual original piece, I've got no hope when it comes to the resin. It's coming. Oh. So, it's come out in one piece. This part is very narrow, and I think I may struggle when it comes to actually getting the actual moulded piece out, because the wings are so far down in there. Hope you can see that. So yeah, I'm going to leave this. What do the instructions say? It doesn't actually say how long till it's fully cured. Nope. No, it doesn't actually say how long till it's fully cured, but I am going to leave it 24 hours because there will obviously be gases, chemicals releasing from this. So yeah, I'm going to leave this 24 hours and I'll come back and we'll attempt a resin pour and hope that it comes out easier than that just did. So yeah, I mean, it looks okay. It seems to have picked up all the detail. I hope you can see that in there. But until we get the resin in, we're not going to have a lot. No, really. So I will see you very shortly. Bye. Hey guys, back again. So this has been sitting for more than 24 hours. I've got it's around 30 grams of resin pro eye crystal mixed up here, and I'm going to use this gold acrylic paint to colour it, hopefully. In a second, let's give that a good shake. I did shake it already, but it's been sitting a little while. So squeeze a good amount of that in there. Dripping already. This mixed in. Normally when I use acrylic paint, I use a totally different one. This is a pouring acrylic, so it's thinner, but you can't really mix water in with the paint to put it into the resin. Yeah, I don't think this is going to really, it's going really blobby and weird looking. It's slowly getting in there. Well, this is only a test piece anyway, just to try out the mould. Doesn't really matter if the, as long as the resin actually sets, it'll be fine. But kind of worried about having any blobs of paint in there in case they don't set properly. Okay. It seems to be pretty much blob free. Still a few small ones in there, but I'm just going to cross my fingers. Now, because this mould is, what's that, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, it's deeper than my resin would allow for normally. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this white sand vase filler. Hope the scrunching noise isn't picking up too badly on the microphone. Should be, looks pretty good. I'm going to start with a small amount so I can get it down into the wings, hopefully, she says. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the mould up and give it a good squeeze. Try and get down into both ends of the wings and get all the air bubbles out. I need to drop more in there. So I'm just going to keep squidging and squeezing, squish. Try and make sure that the tips of the wings are full. I've still got some air bubbles coming up here, so that tells me that they're not full. A bit more in there. Mixed up way too much resin as usual. So keep squishing and squeezing until there are definitely no more bubbles coming up. I think we're about there now. So I can top this up. I will watch it for a while to make sure that no more bubbles rise. I'm not going to put this on the heat mat simply because I don't know how this mold will react to the temperature. I'm going to leave it there, obviously because it's too full now. Make sure all the nooks and crannies are full. I'm going to let the air bubbles rise up and then hope for the best when it comes to the demold. So I will see you when I see you. Bye. Again, I've left this in the mold for around about 24 hours. I wanted to make sure it was completely set. So really, really hope this has worked. Now, as you probably will remember, since it was only a few minutes ago for you, I did have difficulty actually getting the original out of the mold because of the wings. So I'm expecting this to be not easy. I'll try and push it down this way. I can't even remember how I got the last one out. I should have watched the video back, shouldn't I? Before starting this. Oh, good grief, this is difficult. Trying to see which way round it is and figure out how to get it out without breaking it. So, there's the head. Oh, good grief, where's the head? Right, so the head is there. So I should get the front part of the wings out first. Ooh, I think it's coming. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just kidding myself. Yeah, this be a lesson to you. For your first attempt, use something slightly less complicated. I'm exhausted already. Last thing I want to do is actually cut the mould. It's actually quite hard to grab hold of. Let me get my little cuticle trimmers, cut the sharp piece off here. And I might be able to get hold of it a bit easier. It's just the overspill. It's not preventing me from getting the piece out of the mold. What it's doing is preventing me from getting a good grip because it's so sharp. I get most of the sharp edges off. I might be able to get my hands in there and get it out a little easier. Okay, let's try that. Oh, why do I do this to myself? I wanted to make sure it was solid before I tried getting it out because I didn't want the wings to bend or break. It really does not want to come out of there. This is like a four-handed job, really. See, it looks like it's almost out, and then it just kind of, when I shift my grip, it just ends up back inside. I know it needs to come out this way. There's this part of the wing, or maybe, I don't know, it's equally bad both ends, really, isn't it? Sorry, I have to take it out a shot to try and get a grip. No, it's not coming. What a disaster. So, either throw the whole darn thing away or slice it open. I'm going to try and do without slicing my fingers open at the same time. So you can't see, can you? Almost there. What a waste of silicone here. It's part of the wing out. Honestly, come on. Okay, the back of the wing out. There we go. Finally. Now I did end up with some air bubbles in here. I don't know what the blob there is. Probably an air bubble in the actual silicone itself. Is that there? Yeah, I mean, overall not a complete disaster, but some air bubbles in the ends of the horns. Strangely, an air bubble in exactly the same place on both sides of the wings, but that's in the actual silicone. Yeah, not a complete disaster, although I don't think I'll be able to reuse that. I don't know, maybe I could put an elastic band around it or something, but yeah, for a first attempt, it could have been worse. I can also see that it wasn't level in the mould, as you can see here. This wasn't level in the form that I used. Yeah, first attempt, not bad. Could have been worse, but I think I'll use something slightly less intricate next time, and something that's going to be a little easier to get out of the damn mould. Hope you enjoyed that, regardless, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.